From the Green Room Studios at Bates Nursery in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Gardening Inside Out, a podcast with highlights from our Saturday morning live show, answering all your gardening questions, giving you plant advice for any space in your life. Let's start the show.
Hey, y'all, it's Caroline Gant.
Hey, y'all, it's Austin Lowen.
And Tyler Blankenship.
And hey, we've got a special guest in the studio today, Ben Tress. Benny, hello, good morning.
Hey, guys, it's Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Good to see you.
How's it going?
It's good.
Good.
Spring is turning into summer and flowers are coming.
You ain't lying. You brought in a beautiful little vase today that's spinning on our Lazy Susan here. It's got yarrow in it. It's got a dahlia in it. It's got some, lamb's ear.
Oh, my gosh, don't lamb's ear.
I always,
Colin
lamb's
just
ear.
heard you.
Colin, I hope you heard.
It's a very generous plant. Put it that way.
That's a good way of putting it, Ben. It's
a
generous.
beautiful
It's
one.
very generous. I'm going to have to move it. It's taken over.
Yeah.
I love it.
But I love it.
I've talked about mine before. I've got mine growing, or prickly pear growing in my lamb's ear. And I think it's a great look.
That
Gosh,
sounds-
I've got a catmint lamb's ear mashup.
that sounds amazing.
Well,
Is
that's
it too
kind of
much,
how
though?
it is. Like, if you have lamb's ear, it's going to be a mashup with something else, probably.
Making a mashup.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ugh. I don't know. Not
Ben's
for me.
like the king of deer-resistant gardening, in my brain at least.
Well, he has to be.
The deer were kicking around this morning in the field, just chasing each other. And
Oh, that's
then they go
cute.
have breakfast.
Then they go eat everybody's plants in the neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Funny thing
gross.
is about hostas. People have a hosta in deer country and they won't touch them for years. Then they'll just decide to.
And then it's like a salad bar for the deer.
Yep.
Yep. Creatures of habit, just like us.
I mean, they look tasty. If I was a deer, I'd be like, I'm getting in on that.
Ugh.
I want it. Oh my gosh.
What?
Everything
I'm mad
is-
at deer.
Oh, not hostas?
I'm not that mad. I used to not care for hosta so much, but as I've gotten older, I kind of like them a little more. I just don't have any
Look at
shade.
you.
I can't grow any shade plants, really. Like, my house is just
Just
torching stuff.
make a bed in the woods.
I got a couple beds in the woods
You got the edge of the woods.
that I sleep in. I don't know why I said that.
You
Because you're cool. I liked it.
You could plant a patch of moss in there. Sleep on that.
Patch of moss.
It'll
Speaking
attract
of-
the fairies in your woods.
Speaking of a patch of moss, Caroline, you got an excellent patch of moss in the greenhouse where you
I
manage
know,
in
I
the
do.
houseplants up underneath the table that's just got ferns and such, the kind of shady loving stuff
It's
on
the
top.
aisle I call Fern Gully.
Oh, right down at the bottom of that is a patch of moss that is unlike anything I've seen.
It's gorgeous. Y'all, come see my patch of moss. You walk into the houseplants, you look to the left.
Have you named it?
Right there. No. What should I name it? You name it.
Well, it's
That's
gotta
why
be,
we had you on the show today.
I was going to say
name
Randy
that
Moss, but I think that's not creative enough.
I like Randy Moss. Randy Moss. That's great.
It is great. I mean, he's
Randy
no
is my
shade.
alter ego, for those of you who don't know. Yes,
a
I
good
think that's
point.
perfect.
Uh-huh.
Randy Moss. Come visit Randy Moss.
down Fern Gully.
Down Fern Gully.
Randy Moss down Fern Gully.
All right, now there is a small, tiny cement cowboy hat in this studio right now.
I'm looking at it right now.
You need to go put the cowboy hat on Randy Moss down
Say
there,
not for sale.
down
Randy
there in
Moss.
Fern Gully.
Yes.
But seriously, that's a beautiful patch. I want to lay on that.
Go lay on it.
I will.
Go roll under that table. You might get stuck.
What
No.
can you lay? Your foot?
I'll lay my head
No,
on
he
it.
can lay his whole body on that patch of moss. It's big.
It's a
I
big
might-
patch of moss.
Ben,
I
you've
must have
seen
not
it.
noticed it.
Yeah, I've seen it. I mean, I think you could probably touch it with your hands. I think it'd be nice. I think that's
You don't think
probably-
you should
Yes,
lay
I've
on it
touched
and
it
take
with
a
my
nap?
hands.
I don't know.
I'll lay on it.
I don't want you to disturb it, though.
No,
You'd
it's
hate
fine.
to leave a little brown patch in the moss.
Austin's like lighter than air. He's like a featherweight class
right.
if he was wrestling.
That's right. No, I wouldn't. Featherweight, really?
So you could nap on the moss
I can nap on the moss like as I am.
with Randy Moss.
Yes, I will. You know what's funny about moss? It's like if people want to grow moss, it's like really hard to do.
I
But
know.
if you don't want to grow it, it's just there.
It's everywhere.
You know what I mean?
I've known quite a
you're
few people
right.
who have tried to grow it.
What about buttermilking? Have you heard about that?
Yes, where you put moss in a
I
blender
don't
with
think
buttermilk.
buttermilking is the way to say it.
That's exactly the way to say it. You spread buttermilk on rocks next to like waterfalls and stuff, and moss will grow.
Yeah, you can stick buttermilk
Oh,
and
that's
moss in
not
a
the way
blender.
I've heard it.
And you
Yeah,
can
it's-
spray it.
It's the blender.
Maybe that's what it is.
You blend it and you spray it. You can spray it on a wall. I've heard good things about that. I personally have never tried it.
I have never heard of this.
Well, and moss has to have the right environment. If you don't have the environment, it's not going to grow.
It's not going to
grow.
grow.
Exactly.
So poor drainage,
It's true. You need the moisture.
shade. You don't see moss in a parking lot.
That's true.
I'm going to give it a try. You do in swampy parking lots.
I guess.
Good point, Caroline. Thank you.
Yeah, we all park in
I don't know. We
swamps
don't have
around
those in
here.
my neck of the woods.
Yeah.
Well, one of us will give that a try. Well, listeners, we will update you. Who wants to try it? I've got a lot of shade. Tyler, do you?
Yeah.
Ben?
I've got it growing on the shady side of my house on the driveway.
So you
I
could
got a little bit.
you could scoop some up, put it in a blender with buttermilk,
Mm-hmm.
and then spray it all over the side of your house.
Yeah, I need a stencil with Kev's face.
Oh
We can
my
do-
gosh.
Now that's a
That's
plan.
the new
Randy
graffiti
Moss's
around
face.
town.
Yeah. Yeah.
Randy Moss's, absolutely. Randy Moss's face needs to go on there. Wow, we're on to something here.
On to something. I did not think we were going down a moss road today.
I was surprised when you started talking about that.
I know. I don't know. It just came up.
I
Okay?
liked it. I was a big fan.
All right. Cool. You know what? Yeah, I wanted to say I had to talk this morning about something that's it's a new trend I'm starting. Let's see what y'all think about this. Caroline, I've told you a little bit about it, but it's using weeds ornamentally.
Oh, which
man.
I am shocked.
I'm
by.
shocked by myself
Did you
as
just
well.
say that?
I said it. Now listen, this is a trial for the backyard. This is definitely not a front yard thing. Mm-hmm. I could never in the front yard.
Yeah, you're gonna once
No.
you get into weed gardening.
No. I'm doing it because I'm embracing the weeds that
That's
have come
called
into
lazy
my
man's
bed.
gardening.
It kind of is, Ben. I knew
Yeah, it
someone
is,
would
Ben.
say that. I knew
Yes.
someone would call me out. But it is the backyard, okay? I cleaned up my backyard like crazy the other day. Weed eated like nuts, okay? Mowed it. It's all picture perfect. But, y'all, I left one single like 6-foot poke salad.
Oh, what?
Girl, it's beautiful. It's the prettiest poke salad I've ever seen. Okay? Why are we mad at poke salad? I mean, it's no different than like I'm mad at poke salad. Quit. I'm mad at poke salad when it's all taken over and it's awful. But one singular 6-foot poke salad with purple, with
What
beautiful
pairs
leaves.
well with pokeweed?
I'm just a little bit shocked. This sounds like something I would absolutely do. But you?
Hey, I've got
the
clover all up
backyard.
in my beds. It's beautiful ground cover.
See?
Covers
Yeah, I
up the
have
mulch
clover.
nicely.
Yeah. I've got
Okay.
that.
And it's like a ground cover that doesn't let other weeds get in. So it's kind of nice. I've got this weird weed. I showed you a picture of it. It's a weed with little pink flower deals that
Yes,
I call them
get that
flower
weed.
deals because it's like I don't even know how to really explain it. But it's covered the earth below my Sun King Aurelia. There's no weeds coming through it. It's blooming pink.
It's
And
dense.
it's like a ground cover dense. It's really nice. And I'm like, I thought about weed eating it and covering it with mulch and trying to fight it and all that. But I'm like, I'm just going to embrace it.
I have seen a picture and it looks really good. And listeners, I will put a photo up. And I'm so sorry that last week I did not put the photos up. But I will get this picture up of Austin's weed ground cover because it does look good.
It's like it works. And it's helping me a little bit.
I'm thinking like, a Juga could kind of be a little weedy once it gets going.
That's the thing.
Or the oxalis my neighbor gave me. That's the most
That
beautiful
one is
little
great.
bright pink. It'll probably end up, it'll compete with everything.
Yes.
Violets, I think, are kind of where I find a really big blurred line.
Oh, yeah.
Well, violets
Because
will
those
just keep
take over,
going.
and
Yeah.
they're hard to get rid of.
They're hard to get rid of. Yes.
But there are ornamental violets. Have
Mm-hmm.
you seen them? We get purple leaf violets. So
Oh yeah, there's a ton of like weeds that we sell here, like that we don't
Yeah.
call weeds because they're in pots or whatever. But like pretty much, if you plant them and let them
Yeah.
kind of go, they
They'll
can
go.
be somewhat weedy.
I've got a violet patch and I love it.
See,
You
violets
can
are
make
beautiful.
tea with the flowers and then it's like a blue tea. Mm-hmm. It's very pretty.
yeah,
5 years ago, I had one of my most embarrassing calls on the lot
Oh, no.
where somebody came in and they asked me for violet, like native violet. And I called out and I was like, and everybody was like, African violet? And I was like, no, just the native one. And they're like, just go out into the world and dig it up. It's out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like attitudes have changed somewhat on that.
Yeah, it will take over. Now, I do have it in my front beds and it is aggressive.
yeah.
But it's really pretty. My husband actually loves it, so I've left it
Yeah.
because when you leave it, like the leaves are clean. They're really, really big. They look kind of like Brunera leaves without like the variegation and the furriness. But if you like it, it's not a
that's
bad
what
look.
it's about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you enjoy it, if you're having to like slave over getting these beds perfect and you're not seeing the benefit and you're okay with a little bit of patches of ornamental weeds here and there. I mean, that's what it's all about. If it works for you, use
it's your garden.
Yeah. And I mean, it might make your, really just organized gardener neighbor that's perfect, has no weeds. It might drive them nuts. But if it works for you, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about. And it's my backyard. Like I said, it's like my experiment station in the backyard.
Experiment station.
I don't know why I said that.
Little scientist, you.
But I'm serious. The poke salad is beautiful. You know what I was thinking about, Caroline? You have Brugmansia.
I am just...
Look, up in the garden center area, you got Brugmansia, okay?
And at my house.
Angel trumpet, you got it at your house. That looks like a giant weed that's almost even uglier than poke salad.
Excuse me?
Until it blooms. You gotta be serious. For real.
Yeah,
Brugmansia without blooms is a hideous looking weed.
I wouldn't call it hideous, but yes, I know what you mean. It looks weedy.
So it's like my poke salad that's 6 foot tall, that's perfect, that's about to bloom, and then have purple berries that I can smash on my kids and stuff. Like, that'll be fun. Why can't I leave that?
Honeysuckle in your beds next? Asian honeysuckle bushes?
No, negative. I won't do that.
I just really don't like that plant because I have such a hard time once it gets into a bed where I don't want it. Its roots go...
It's all in my veggie beds
straight
right now.
to somewhere, the center of the earth. We'll say that. And it is...
Got to dig it out.
So hard to get rid of.
Yeah. It is kind of hard to get.
But the good thing is, dab of glyphosate.
But if you have it down in your, you have it in the yard.
It's in the yard. It's not in a bed. It's next to my fire pit.
The worst thing is it comes up in my fence. Like that's the worst.
Yeah, that does.
I've got to deal with that.
The good thing about poke salad is you can just chop it at ground level and
it just comes back.
It comes back, but it's like you got at least like a month before it comes back. So it's not
right,
like
5 days.
Yeah, you could just keep weed whacking it; it'll be fine.
Well, mine's so thick, I didn't want to weed eat it because I was like,
I think if you have a full dedicated bed, I'd love to see that, a full dedicated bed to just poke salad and letting it come up real thick like cannas.
See,
have a.
I do like that you're doing this. I was just surprised to hear you say that. That was kind of a shock.
I know.
Likewise.
I'm shocked.
How's the fall color on
this morning?
I don't know. I've never seen poke salad.
It's not pretty. I've seen it. It's not.
I mean, it's a weed. It looks like a weed.
It stays like that, and then the frost comes, and it just is like, eh.
Yeah, it turns to mush.
That's what people call subsistence gardening.
My great aunt used to eat it, but you have to cook it like 3 times.
And they have to be little bitty leaves.
I feel like you could definitely plant Joe Pie and ironweed with it, and I wouldn't be mad at it.
You can eat dandelions.
Like tall stuff all around.
I feel like the poke
do.
would
Dandelions
overtake
under
those, though. It's just so aggressive wherever it goes. It like clumps the way it grows. Like all the pups come up, and it's like dense.
It's like annual bamboo.
I feel like if you planted it with those, it would eat. Yes, it would eat it.
Well, the thing is, if I don't chop the poke salad, then I shouldn't have too many pups. So it's just going to be one singular plant that's like getting big.
I support this happening. Like I said, I was just very surprised to hear you say it. If it had come out of my mouth, I would not have been shocked.
This time next
and I
year,
don't think you
Austin's
guys
going to
would
say,
have been.
I've got so much pokeweed in all my beds.
Yeah, I let it go to seed and it blew everywhere.
Nah, it ain't going to do that. It's in the backyard next to the burn pit. It's all good. It's fine.
You're going to have a poke forest before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay, I'm here for it. Make some dye your clothes purple. It'll be great. Or more like a magenta.
I'm going to bring some berries in and
throw them
slap
at us.
y'all with it.
Yeah.
Do we have
stain our clothes?
Do we have plants that are tame here that people hate, like overseas?
Yes.
I mean, is there other things that are just kind of, or more native, or things that are just kind of nice for us that just horrible?
Oh, I think there's definitely a lot of plants like that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But I like this ornamental
Violet.
weed that Ben called your new gardening method. Ornamental weeds.
Ornamental weeds.
I'm
I like
a fan.
it.
Yeah.
How's your vegetable garden looking, Caroline?
It looks so good. I went and watered it last night, yesterday when I got home, because some of my raised beds get a little bit drier than the plants and ground. So I gave them a little drink, but it looks so good. My vegetable garden is like combined with my big pollinator garden. So it's just walking down there is a fun time. See a lot of butterflies, get to find veggies that are growing. But I'm pretty proud of it this year. It's very clean.
I was jealous of that butterfly activity that you posted.
I posted in my stories on Instagram. Yeah.
There's been a lot of butterfly activity lately.
I have a lot of fritillary butterflies.
Yeah, I saw that.
And some swallowtails. I haven't seen any monarchs on my property just yet. I didn't see any last year.
We've seen one monarch at our place, laid a couple eggs and bounced, did not hang around.
They were like, see ya.
Yeah, but I don't know if any of the eggs survived.
I hope so.
I hope so too. Hope it's just munching in peace. somewhere in
Yeah.
there.
You'll have some baby monarchs. They'll be waking up one day. One day soon.
I got an enclosure. So next time I
saw
see
that.
eggs,
Oh.
they're going in. I'm not messing around.
That's a cool idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeping 'em safe.
It's just this little like 1 foot cube aluminum frame with screen mesh on it and a door. And you just
Do they open the door when they're ready to leave?
yeah, they do with their arms
Yeah. Their little legs.
and,
they just
and
open
opposable
it and escape.
thumbs.
Well,
It's magical.
Ben,
It
let's
is.
talk about your garden. We have you on the show. You're
Yeah.
our guest right now.
Planting my first Japanese maple at my current house.
Hey.
Oh,
Just nice, working on borders.
kind did you plant?
Lejima Sunago,
Ooh,
which is a nice kind of burnished leaf green Japanese maple with nice orange fall color.
We talked about that one on the show like 3 or 4 weeks ago. Remember?
yeah.
I held up a sign that said Lejima
I remember
Senego.
that. That's right.
It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite ones, and Ben ended up buying it. So I'm like
It's
very
between
happy.
a couple of Kodiak black purple deer villas, kind of flanking it on either side.
Oh, Deer Villa.
Those things are just, they're blooming. They're
Ben,
doing
tell the
good.
people what Deer Villa even is. You
It's,
love it.
Oh, it's honeysuckle. It's essentially not the Asian honeysuckle.
No. It is Lonicera.
Lonicera, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if it's specifically the native one, but it's at least a hybridized with that one.
Yeah.
It's rugged, and they have orange ones and purple ones, and they bloom. Yeah, I mean, it's a good filler. So working on border filler, my veggie garden is absolutely money this year.
Yeah.
I got me a pickling kit yesterday
Uh-oh.
because I'm going to have pickles coming. I've got to harvest beets like yesterday.
Yeah.
And we hate wasting anything, so I've got to find a way to use all this stuff. I mean, we're going to be harvesting like 20, 30 beets.
I love beets. That's exciting. I didn't grow beets.
I'm going to pickle some, roast some. And
Beets.
then,
How many beats per minute can you harvest?
well,
What's
probably
your
all
tempo?
of them. Give me a big enough shovel
Good
and they'll
one,
all be
Tyler.
done in a minute.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Which
Well,
is
good.
funny because they're good for your heart. So,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are.
Well, we should be getting into like vegetables starting to get
tomatoes
big.
will be on probably next month. We'll be harvesting. Peppers already been harvesting.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten some peppers, cayenne peppers. Those are the only ones I've gotten so far.
The shishitos, which we
Oh,
love
you
at my
love
house
those.
because I love pranking my family. Katie won't eat them anymore because it's like 1 in every 8 or 10 is spicy.
Oh.
And Eli loves them, and I'll eat one and it'll be good. And then he'll take a bite and he'll get a little hot part. And it's just hot enough, like a little bit of cayenne to kind of make you
Go, wow.
taste it, and then it goes off. But it's kind of fun because otherwise they have no heat at all.
Yeah.
That's insane, though. You just don't know.
And they're so good fresh. So
They're so good.
I
That's
love-
such a
I
great
love
pepper.
growing
if you need
peppers.
something that's easy, shishito, they're kind of different, but people roast them and really easy.
Really good to grow. Mm-hmm.
I love vegetable season.
I do too. I love just going out and looking at the garden, just walking around.
I do too.
Just
I've
seeing
got
what's
Finding
growing.
a little
a little
surprise.
acorn squash coming on and some yellow squash. But you know what I found?
What?
I sent y'all a picture.
That's right. Squash bug.
Already. And I have so many squash plants.
Not for long.
Stop it.
No, it's okay.
So many.
Just let them eat 1 or 2. You keep the rest. It'll be fine.
It's sad though.
This is the whole reason why I built this upright squash trellis.
But
this
you
year.
found them in your greenhouse.
I found them in my greenhouse, yeah, but just one.
Does the trellis
that's-
help?
And I look every day.
Yeah, does the trellis help?
Just in a human convenience kind of way because I don't have to bend over as bad. And I can literally like look up and see under the leaves.
I don't know if they stay close to the ground. They probably don't get
Well,
it.
They're
we-
kind of cool looking bugs.
We
but I don't like 'em.
removed the lower leaves on the squash now that it's on the trellis. So trying to create some clearance between the soil.
There you go.
Smart.
Hey, Tyler, talk about our friend from Florida who came up to see us, who gave you a squash.
Oh, yeah, Nancy.
Nancy from
Hey.
Pensacola.
That's right. Thank you for coming up. Thank you for your gift. You gifted us a Seminole squash, which is new to me.
I never heard of it.
But according to your experience with it, it does not harbor squash bugs or suffer much pest pressure at all. And that it's just now reseeding itself out there in your garden. And it looks great.
Is that coyote squash? Is that similar to that?
I don't know, Ben.
Or Morlaton? They grow that a lot in the deep south.
It's kind of squat, and like it's like a pumpkin-y sort of on the bottom, but then it's like if you take a butternut squash and like compress it,
Oh, really?
yeah, and it's got that like lighter blonde skin on it, But then it also on the other side has that like mottled green variegated as well. So I don't know if which ripens to what.
Yeah.
You know, though, it's so interesting to me, though, like that because she literally said, she was like, she's in Pensacola, Florida, and she was like, I've given up on growing squash, zucchini. She was like, it's not even worth it. The bugs are just awful. So she just didn't do it. But she said that one there doesn't have a squash bug problem. And I'm like, why? Same genus of plant, same family of plant. Why wouldn't squash go after that specific type? It's kind of mind blowing to me.
Maybe there's something in the skin that deters them.
There's got to be something different, I guess, because why would that be?
What'd you say it was called?
Seminole squash.
Seminole squash is what she called it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But who knew?
Anyway, that one fruit, we're gonna take the seeds from that and we're gonna distribute them amongst all of us, and then we're gonna grow it.
Okay.
Amazing.
Up here.
That's a bet.
In Zone 7B.
We gonna do it.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Let's do it. It looks a lot like almost like a pumpkin-y squash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cute
right,
when I saw it.
I think she said the flavor was something like sweet potato, pumpkin, butternut squashy kind of.
I'd go
Sounds
for
amazing.
Seminole pie.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm going to be growing this.
I know.
So thank you, Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you.
And she came up all the way 6-hour drive to buy one single Lindera plant, a spice bush.
That one is a great host plant, though.
It is.
I used to have one, and the leaves will curl up, and that's how you know the little caterpillars are in there. And you open them, and it's a host to these very like snake-looking, cartoonish caterpillars.
That's exactly the way to put it. A cartoonish snake-like
The
caterpillar.
first time I found one on mine, I was like, "Look at you!"
They're
Now I
weird.
don't have one anymore,
Yeah.
and I need to get.
Looks like a
one.
caterpillar got face paint to look like
It does.
snake.
It's like, oh, I'm scaring you. You don't want to eat me because I got these big eyes.
Yeah. Got dramatic.
It's so cool.
When all of a sudden we don't have any Lindera. You know, it's butterfly season, and people are like, "Well, I better get the stuff out there."
Yeah. Yep.
I've got a
Maybe next
Lindera
year.
on my neighbor's horse fence line that got weed eated last year. She decided to clean it up, and they weed eated and chopped every single shrub that was on the fence. I mean, it was kind of nasty. It needed to be done or whatever, but they didn't know what they were doing. There's some good old boys weed eating, and they took down a Lindera. I mean, down to the dirt. Lindera that I had been watching for years. That was probably like, honestly, it was kind of annoying me because it was getting out where I got to mow, and I had to, mow around it.
You're mad at it.
I was mad at it. So they
Yeah.
chopped it all the way down. I'm like, well, it's okay. Whatever. It's back. It's already
sure.
back, 4 feet tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From last year.
probably
Totally
liked
fine.
it.
It bloomed this year. I mean, like, real pretty bloom. Like, you can't kill it. That's kind of how a
Everybody
lot
needs
of
one.
things are.
That's
like,
good.
if it's woody and it's healthy and it's got a good root system, you can cut it to the dirt. It's coming back. For the most part, that's going to happen. I don't care what plant it is. Y'all feel me?
It's
Yeah,
coming back.
I
I
feel
mean,
you.
on the show, I talked about my hydrangea getting run over.
Exactly.
It got pruned by a truck. Came right back. Looking great.
One thing that frustrates me but brings me a lot of happiness as well is my wild rose.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like it can send out a crazy stalk like 6 to 8 feet long.
Yeah.
Just rangy, crazy looking. But then you get those wonderful blooms all over it.
And the rose hips that it has. Yeah.
I didn't even think about the rose hips,
Mm-hmm.
but bulletproof blooms and that attract bees. I mean, the bees have been all over it as well.
Yeah. I've had one for years, but you got to think about where you're going to plant it because it will take over. And like Tyler said, aggressive runners that just shoot. It's like a sword coming out of the ground.
And very thorny.
Very,
sharp.
very thorny.
Yeah, I don't mess around. I just hack it back.
Yeah.
And then it's upright right now. And then I've literally pinned it up against my fence, to be like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's your range.
This is where you
Containing
go.
But
Roses.
it looks good in with everything else and against the fence.
I will say, like the wild roses this year that you see growing in the wood line, like on the side of the road and in ditches. I took a picture of those roses growing in that ditch. Are crazy this year.
It's been a good year for
It's
them.
like full. Like I've noticed them more than ever before. They look gorgeous.
They're about to start slowing down, so I've been telling if you're going to go water and feed your rose because they'll stop for the summer if they don't get a little love. So give them a little love, you'll get some blooms.
My carefree wonder looks like garbage.
There's a lot of garbage looking
But-
roses right now.
When it gets
It always
hot, and we
does.
don't want to overwork everything, but
Yeah. But them wild roses, it don't matter. Like you
No.
were talking about, it does not matter. I mean, mine grow amongst my blackberries, and it's just massive, bloomy, magical woodline.
Yeah.
They're fantastic.
Have you gotten any blackberries yet?
There's a ton of fruit. Nothing ripe yet.
Yeah, mine. I think I've gotten any ripe ones yet.
I haven't even
checked
seen
in
color
a
change.
week.
Been harvesting raspberries, but the birds have been 50-50.
Oh.
They'll get you.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I planted a fall gold. All right, well let's get everybody
Let's
into
get
this
everybody
week's broadcast.
All right.
Let's take y'all in.
Come
Ben,
on,
it
y'all.
was great having you on.
Yes, Ben.
I'm glad we
Nice.
got
Always
to,
a pleasure.
got to bring you here.
Mm-hmm. It was fun.
It was a great time. But the three of us were here for the episode, as well as Josh Carey and David Bates.
Enjoy.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes. Good
Yeah,
morning.
we're here. What's happening?
What's happening?
What is happening?
You know, I'm watching my vegetable garden grow. Okay, I'm excited about my veggies right now.
You've got your corn in the ground.
Yep.
We talked about it on the podcast. Yours
We
is
did.
peaking.
Mm-hmm. It was like 3 weeks ago, I think we planted it, so the plants are finally kind of moving a little.
Not
It's
your
been a
corn,
minute.
though.
No, corn is just poking.
But you
just-
didn't plant it 3 weeks ago.
No, I just planted the corn about a week ago.
Yeah.
But
You
it's
need any
poking.
oregano? I got plenty of oregano.
Oh, we
It's
got plenty of
blowing
oregano
up.
too. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Mine's going crazy.
Yeah, our oregano's a 3-year-old perennial that comes back big,
Yep.
bushy, getting ready to bloom soon. It's looking good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
my veggie garden is great so far.
Yeah.
I got a lot of squash. We'll see how long that lasts before the squash
bugs
bugs
get
get
it?
to
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
I've already seen my first squash bug.
Oh, Tyler.
Yeah.
Did you
and it
squash
was
it?
So
inside my
unfortunate.
greenhouse.
No.
It had somehow gotten through my little screen, and it was like I just moved the stem at the base of the pot, and then boom, there it was. And I was like,
You dispatched
"You,
him,
oh,
didn't you?
immediately."
Okay.
And you had put
Yeah.
these inside your greenhouse to keep them away from the bugs.
I don't know how they got in there. 'Cause
Man.
that was a fresh pot, fresh soil.
Man, bugs
Sneaky.
do what bugs do. They get
They're
in.
sitting outside the door waiting for you to walk in.
And then they were like, "Drink," and they just got right in.
They got nothing else going on.
That's the news.
That's
The news.
technical.
The noise bugs make
I'm
when they run in.
rightfully scared, but I'm gonna be vigilant. 'Cause what else can you do?
You know what? And vigilance is the operative word when you're a serious gardener. And if you're watching this program, well, how serious you are about life in general
Yes.
might be in question. But with respect to gardening, you're, of course, very serious. That's why we're here to help answer the questions that you naturally have, because these are the same questions we have. You know, we're
Yes.
not different than you are. We perhaps do it on a more regular basis all year long, but we're here to help you through your gardening questions, through the experience that we're able to derive from the day-to-day activities of being in a independent garden center.
You know what I bought for the garden?
Pardon me?
You know what I bought for my tool for the season for the garden this year?
I do. Well, I got some idea, but no. But tell me, indulge me.
You got a UV flashlight.
Oh, I've got one of those.
Yes.
But I lost it immediately. I haven't used it yet.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
You
Go
gotta-
get a new flashlight to find it.
so you can go find the buggies out there at night. People will be out there. Who's that crazy guy across the street?
Have you
What's
found it
going
to
on
be
over
effective?
there?
Uh-huh. But to
Have you
find
found it
the
You should
effective?
live stream it
oh,
when you go bug hunting.
dum.
It'd be fun.
Because you can
Kinda
see
like ghost
scorpions.
hunters.
You know we got scorpions in Tennessee.
Yeah, I've been hearing that lately.
Yes, yes, we have them.
Are they going to sting you?
If you
Is that
mess
what they
with
do?
it,
I mean, they look like
hope
a
not.
scorpion, Caroline.
And you know, the
I haven't
thing
seen
about
one here yet.
scorpions is
Little
that's
bitty.
interesting is that we all have these visions of them being these huge monsters.
no.
And they're not. They're really small. Maverick, some are just teeny tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But when you blow them up with the camera and put them in a sci-fi movie, they take on a very different look. So
When you make them
they're-
glow fluorescent with the light, that's when they really get spooky.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like scorpions were one of those like irrational fears as a child I had. Like,
Yeah, that
as I grow
earthquakes,
up,
yeah.
the scorpions are going to get me.
the
They might
Although
still
I've
get
never
you while
seen a
you're out there with your
scorpion
corn.
in real life ever, I don't think.
Yeah, they're much
Nor have
more adept at living in a arid environment. And ours has not been that this year, as we've already talked about.
Definitely not.
you got a creek bed in your front yard, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
They're down there.
Yeah.
Turn over some rocks.
No,
Borrow Josh's flashlight. Turn over some rocks in the middle of the night.
Go scorp hunting.
There they will be.
I'll send the kids out to do that.
Oh, I feel like they
That
would
ain't
love
I
it.
actually bought 2 nephews the same flashlight. They live in Texas, so they're going to have a blast with
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So.
They're going to find so many things.
But the hornworms, that's what you see with them, is
Yeah.
what I understand. Never had
Ah.
one before. It's cool.
Well, I'm excited to see how this progresses for you.
If I
Maybe
see
I'll
a-
find mine and I can get out there too.
There you go.
But y'all, I think we need to get into questions
Yes, we
because
do.
it's that time of year where we get a lot.
Let's do it.
Let's start with hydrangeas.
Why not?
3-year-old hydrangea that has never bloomed. It is very leafy this year. What can I do to help the process?
I'm assuming you're talking about the Endless Summer collection typically. Now, there's a lot of different macrophylla hydrangeas. Macro, big phylla leaf. The big leaf hydrangea, y'all, they bloom off old wood, okay? So we got down into zero again. If they were in a unprotected area, not that you have to protect them, it's just that Mother Nature gave us what she gave us, and that's 0-degree temps over a couple nights this winter. So you saw some damage a lot of times to the old stems, and especially if they like leafed out early and then a frost happened and it got them. Now, I haven't noticed that all that bad this year. There's been a lot of blooms going on, honestly, with the blues and the pinks, the ones that are blooming. They're literally blooming right now. So I'm sorry this happened to you, but that's just kind of the way it is. I don't know if we should maybe move it into a better protected spot because it's
Or a
3 years of
sunnier
no
spot.
blooms.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I have talked about it a little bit, maybe on the podcast, not on our live show, but I have one that I planted in 2021, and this is the first year it's blooming. So it took, 4 years to get it to bloom? Every year it came up, the leaves were beautiful, they were clean, it got bigger and bigger, never any blooms, but this year it's covered in buds, and it's about to be in full show.
yeah.
And I think the inferred point that you're making there is that while you may not have early flowers, if they're a repeat blooming type, you're going to have them later on. So, just probably need to apply a little bit of patience and allow those the time to come on, and you're going to be really happy with them.
Yes, you will. All right, can I move 2 hydrangeas now, or should I wait?
If you most definitely have to do it now, then you certainly can. It's just that next week we're seeing some pretty high temps, even like in the 90s. So I mean, a hydrangea, if it is stressed, is going to show you. She's dramatic, okay?
Drama
Today.
queen.
Drama queens, they will wilt hard. So if you're going to move them now, make sure you're ready to water. You're going to have to. Now, if
Yeah,
you
and also
can
be
wait,
ready, and also be ready with the hole wherever you're going to transplant it to first before you dig. And because it's to your point, Austin, the timing between digging it out of the ground, getting it in the new spot, and getting it backfilled and getting it watered in is the critical component involved in it. So if you don't have all that planned out critically, your chances of success and minimizing the injury to the plant or setting it back a little bit increase. So do those things in advance. Dig the hole if you're going to put it in another location. Get your soil prep done. Have your garden hose out there ready. Dig it out. Move it directly to it. Don't stop and take a coffee break or anything. Put it in the ground, backfill it, and soak it. I mean, drown it. Should be good, but I would not wait until 90-degree days. I would do it.
Today or tomorrow's great days.
Yeah.
To do that.
But why do it now?
Yeah.
You can wait.
Yeah.
I would wait. They're
I
all
would too.
blooming right now or about to bloom. Like,
Exactly.
you're going to set it back. Something's going to happen. Just wait for it. It'll be fine.
yeah, let it drop its leaves in the fall and then move it at that point. It's way
Coming from
easier.
the queen of transplanting stuff.
True.
Wait it out if you can. All right, and our final hydrangea. So far this morning, question, not hydrangea. You know what I mean. Newly planted panicle hydrangeas are yellowing. Do I need to fertilize? It is in full sun.
So I would assume whenever you first transplant a panicle hydrangea, a lot of times a yellowing occurs on the interior and lower part of the plant. And this is almost like a stress response. It's not necessarily the end of the world. I would assume it's not a yellowing over top of the whole thing, just more or less like, down low or kind of in the interior. This is, it's that transition stage to where if it does go dry, even just a little bit, those leaves on the lower part will usually turn yellow and drop off. As long as the rest of the plant looks okay, you're probably fine. And fertilizing is not necessarily like a new planting it's all about water. Your plant comes with fertilizer in the pod. It's not, nitrogen starved or anything. Trust me. It just needs water. So if it turned a little dry, you might lose a few leaves on the interior, but it's okay. Pluck those
No
off.
biggie.
Just keep it watered. Get it through this summer, okay? It's a great plant, extremely hardy. Got to get it through the first summer.
Got to do it. It'll be great. I have so
Particularly on
many.
deciduous plants, just losing leaves is kind of part of the deal.
Yeah.
They're going to drop leaves, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't fret. It'll be fine.
You're going to lose a
did you
branch
plant your
or two
oak
on
leaf?
your way home anyway.
No.
So
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of times you'll break something on the way home with it. So
That does happen a lot.
yeah,
Yeah, they bounce back. My husband, I talked about, ran over one of mine. Little panicles. I think it's like some sort of quick fire, little something, and it looks great now. It's very close to the ground and small, but he ran it right over with the truck, so it kind of shows what.
It's a great way to prune it.
It's a great way to prune it. Yeah, if you don't have time, if you have a truck that can run it over. My Honda Fit might not make it, but a truck definitely can do it.
Don't tell people to run over hydrangeas with trucks. That's not how we prune, Caroline. That was a
I don't know.
mistake.
I'm going to try doing that every year from now on because I do have a line of hydrangeas. It's kind of a curve, but I could just
You just take
get
them all
Derek's
out.
truck
That's what
and
we're
just
doing now.
mow them down a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No,
It's a quick way to prune, I guess.
don't run over your plants. But if you did
What
run
kind of
over your
truck?
plants, what kind of a Dodge Ram?
yeah.
Yeah, it
Likely.
makes sense. The
Yeah.
name makes sense with it. I still don't think he knows he did it.
Oh.
Unless he's watching the show right now
you
and he
haven't
just
had
found
the
out.
heart to break it to him.
No, I haven't.
Gardening Inside Out is brought to you by Earth Mix, featuring Garden Premium Topsoil Blend. This essential mix includes Tennessee subsoil, supernatural organic compost, humic acid, and mycorrhizal fungi to create a truly living soil. Garden topsoil is perfect for establishing raised, edible, and ornamental garden beds, as well as for planting trees, shrubs, and other landscape plants. Bulk and super sack options available. Visit earthmix.net to discover their entire line of soils and amendments and helpful blog posts. Success begins at the ground level when you use EarthMix garden products. Uh-oh. Are you talking about What's in Bloom with Austin?
Hello. Things are blooming.
Hello, sir.
It's been a couple weeks since I've actually talked about what's going on around town. So let's.
know.
My drive in, I was writing on a little piece of paper, almost
Safety.
wrecking
That
on the
sounds
side of the road.
dangerous.
It was dangerous,
At least
David.
you weren't texting.
No, I hit a mailbox or two. Sorry. Okay.
Riding
let's-
while driving.
Yeah, it was great. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with Asiatic lilies because I love those, and I've got a few in my yard right now that are just popping off. And what a vivid, velvety color! Just a beautiful,
Gorgeous.
Asiatic lilies, y'all. Great. Hey, daylilies, those are tried and true, blooming their heads off right now. Hostas are just starting to bloom for you shade lovers out there. Okay. They're about to throw some pretty little blooms. All right, Shasta daisies just started in my yard, pure white, looking good atop green foliage. Always pretty. The salvias, the blues and the pinks, those are poking up. And they've been blooming for a long time. It's been a good year for salvia so far. Hey, penstemon, we brought some of that in the room. Caroline will tell you all about it soon. And then shout out to my sister, Ashley. Hope you're doing well. Calla lilies, you love those. I saw one this morning just blooming yellow and beautiful atop of its foliage. What a cool plant. Calla lilies are weird. I don't even know how to explain that bloom, but it's awesome.
Such a cool plant.
So cool. Okay, and then shout out Caroline, your prickly pears are popping off.
They are.
Okay, they look great. I love that little yellow bloom. And then, hey, on that, drought resistant topic, yucca. Hey, what about the yucca this year? They're really
blowing up.
blowing up.
Roadside. There's some in ditches that I've been seeing.
It don't matter where they are, Caroline.
They love
throw
it.
them anywhere. Don't matter. They're blooming white and they're really pretty this year, nice and tall. That's great. Hey, spirea. What a good spirea year.
Yes, sir.
Oh, those have been going for like 3 weeks at least, and those are nice. Hey, y'all, pro tip: if you cut back your spirea whenever they're almost done blooming, they'll probably rebloom for you. Okay, so get out and do that.
Oh.
And then, hey, elderberry. I'm sorry if you have that, but it's blooming. What a weed.
Hey.
Oh, Tyler, don't give
loves
me that.
his.
Oh, I can't stand elderberry. Sorry,
Just
elderberry.
elder
because you had to
flowers.
weed
Nah,
it.
don't like it.
Make
Mm-mm.
syrup from them.
Pops up like weed all over the place. Don't like it. Roses are still going well. Okay, knockouts still showing off, doing well. And then, y'all, it's the start of hydrangea season. I'm going to be talking about this for a month.
Yep.
Easy. Okay, your oak leaves are just full bloom right now. Tyler, yours is beautiful. Great job this year. And David, I bet your Annabelles in the yard are popping off. I'm sure Renee's loving those right now. Annabelles are
Absolutely.
beautiful right now. Okay. And the serratas. I got blue billows in the yard, y'all. We don't think about serrata hydrangeas, but you ought to think about growing those. The lace cap style hydrangeas, they're
Gorgeous.
different. They're really
Beautiful.
funky to look at, but this year's been a nice one for them. Mine look really good this year. And then the macrophyllus, like I was saying, the endless summers, the blues, the pinks, those are popping off right now, and they're going to be beautiful for, like I said, another month. So shout out hydrangeas. We love you, even though you're dramatic. Okay. It's okay. We're allowed to be dramatic. People like drama.
I mean, you're dramatic, and we all love you.
I'm dramatic about clematis right now. Yeah, I just screamed it.
You did.
My
I got a little
clematis
bit scared.
Yeah, it's so pretty right now. Oh, Jack Manny, I clematis, y'all.
Send
if you
a
got good
picture?
clematis, no, well, I did last week, I think. I don't know. I'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Next, we go to the trees. Okay, smoke trees, still smoking. They can't kick it. Golden rain tree. What about golden rain tree? What do y'all even know? It's that tree that's blooming yellow right now. No other tree blooms yellow.
You have one.
No, I don't.
Yep. Really?
No, I don't. I want one. I don't
So
have
do
one.
I.
I got a soft spot for golden rain tree in my heart. I did a little study on it in college. It was cool. It was great. It just germinated like a weed. It kind of is a weed tree a little,
Yeah.
but they're beautiful and nothing else blooms yellow at this time of year, especially. Okay. So shout out golden rain tree. I love you. And then, hey, what about a native magnolia? What about sweet bay magnolia? Hey, those are blooming and boy, they smell fantastic. Like I said, a native magnolia that lives kind of anywhere. It's really great. It's just a beautiful, beautiful plant. And then we're going to move on to the goat. Hey, the state tree of Mississippi. What y'all know, you know. I know you know about this one. This is just that southern magnolia.
Oh, yes.
It's been blooming for at least 3 weeks. It's got at least another month, if not 2 to go. It's the largest evergreen flowering plant you can find that has a fragrance that'll knock you down and a bloom the size of your head. Like, what else could you find?
What else could you want?
What that? I don't necessarily want a magnolia.
I was about to say.
Be wise where you put
I
it,
knew that.
because
Be wise
they
where you
will
put it.
get big.
They get big. They
They're
drop
too
a lot of
dirty for
leaves.
you.
They are dirty. They do drop a lot of leaves. But like I said, when it comes to the largest evergreen flowering plant that has a fragrance that is pure white beauty, southern magnolia is the plant for you. That is the goat of evergreen trees, and that's what's in bloom. Thank you for that.
What about Cosmo?
Brought to you
Yeah,
with
there's probably a
enthusiasm.
lot more.
Yeah, there's a ball.
Coreopsis.
Balloon flower.
There's so many. y'all.
Catmint's still in
I've
bloom.
only got a
Oh,
few
yeah.
minutes for this. Okay, we can't keep.
Yeah, I
Some of my
understand.
sedum is blooming.
Say, I know. Thanks, Caroline. Bachelor
Milkweed
button. I
is
saw
blooming.
Bachelor button. blooming
Monarda's
this morning.
blooming.
Austin, here's a couple of photos.
There's so many.
Oh.
Hey guys, that's my front porch, and that's my youngest daughter, Baby Penny. Y'all try not to look at Baby Penny, even though she's the cutest thing on the planet and the sweetest thing on the planet. And right in front of her is that Misty Lilac Petunia just chilling with her. And David, that is planted in nothing but Proganics eye. And I haven't done anything to that besides planted it in that. And that petunia is beefy and leafy, y'all. That thing is money. Baby Penny is so happy. She just got out of the pool. She was all chilly, and I was like, "Nah, Penny, you can't go in yet for your bath. Yeah, I need a picture with you right now."
Gotta give her a bath after she's been in the pool?
Yes, she always needs a warm bath after the pool. So I stole her, and I was like, "No, I need you for a picture real quick, and then we can go get in your bath." So
And
anyway,
then you can go get warm.
thanks, Baby Pen, for taking that picture with me. And then the mix container on the right, that was beautiful. That's also on my
There
porch.
you go.
Well, there was also something in the background.
Was there?
Clematis.
Oh, the
Your
clematis,
clematis was
right,
in the
yeah. It
background.
was
You can see
poking a
those
little bit.
big giant blooms back there in the corner.
Yep, right on there.
Behind the boxwood.
Right, the boxwood looking cool.
Yep.
Oh, but look at that mix container, y'all. It's swelling. It's a swelly old gal.
Yeah, you're,
I was like, you overplanted this.
I-
Now it's
nah.
looking cozy.
Oh man, it's cozy.
It
tucked
looks
in.
great.
I'm loving it.
yours is filling out fast. It's like
Yeah,
doing its thing.
Doing its thing. Just blooming.
Well, you've already said it, leafy and beefy. So
Okay.
let's talk about a question that we just got in on YouTube from Essence, who we got to see, I think 2 days ago you were out here. I got to help you with a philodendron that you had.
The
so
herbal
good to see you.
essence.
The herbal essence.
Yeah.
Girl, you got a new nickname from
Yeah,
Austin.
you do.
The herbal essence.
Great to see you the other day.
All right. So when is the best time to give annuals and perennials a haircut so they look leafy and beefy? Too soon now or wait? Morning, y'all.
No, it ain't too soon.
I've already done it to my catmint. I've already done it to my yarrow.
And annuals are really no different. I mean, I gave my petunias a cutback in that I have in the ground. I haven't showed y'all yet. I gave them a cutback, I think, a week and a half ago, just to get them leafy and beefy. That's what we want. Okay, so Essence, finish watching the show and then get out there and prune those annuals.
You know, I think it's one of the areas where people struggle the most, is, particularly in annuals, is just, about cutting them back. Occasionally, particularly later in the season, we'll have flats of whatever type of annual plant, and people want, so what should I do to get ready to plant them? Well, before you take them out of the flat, just cut the whole flat back.
Yes.
And even if you're getting them back to where they're like so tall, you go, but I'm going to lose all my blooms. Yes,
Yeah.
but you're going to have 3 times as many later on, and they'll be beefy and well branched and beautiful. So that's one of those things that it's difficult for people to do, to go out and spend money on something like that and to cut it off. I mean, could try to root those if you wanted to, but the point is making the ones you're planting look their very best, and it's a lot easier to do it all in the flat.
That's
but
a great
you can
pro
do it
tip.
after the fact.
Yeah, get out and do it.
That's my little pro tip.
Yeah, but I usually
That's a
just
great
cut
pro
mine
tip.
once they bloom with my perennials and a lot of my annuals. And then Colin on YouTube is asking, what's y'all's favorite garden tool? I know Austin's is the Sawzall and David's is a freshly sharpened shovel, LOL. Lol. Personally, I love my Hori Hori knife, serrated edges, sharp edge, dig holes, etc. That's my favorite, Colin. I agree with you. I've got one and I use it for weeding. I use it for planting. It's a fantastic garden tool.
I really love, for sure, the Sawzall is very helpful in a lot of applications. I really love the little drill auger that I've got.
You've been talking about that so much this year.
I'm telling you, I made my annual plantings this year. I probably planted 30 or so little 4P annuals, okay? And if you have to do all that by hand with a little hand trowel, that takes some work. It's not necessarily fun. It's almost worse to dig small holes than it is, a few big ones. So using that little drill auger to just right in, just
do it again.
Just make that hole, slam that annual, slamule it in the ground.
Slamule.
And cover it back up and you're good
Carol,
to go.
add that to your list of
Slamules.
awesomisms.
Yeah, Carol, those are my slamules.
Who we also got to see on, I think last Saturday, Carol was out here. It was great to shop with you. Let me know how that heuchera's doing.
I didn't get to see Carol. Carol, come back out today.
You missed Carol. Josh, what's your favorite?
My mantis tiller.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh.
Love my mantis tiller.
Yeah, but I think you mentioned it already in the post there that I like sharp shovels, but
Yes.
actually it pertains to whatever tool you're using. If it lends itself to being sharpened, they're not intended to be utilized as blunt force instruments. If you can sharpen them and use with care, you get much cleaner results. You don't disrupt. Particularly in shears, clean.
Just don't use the knife. Don't use the knife sharpener from the drawer, Colin. Go out there with a file.
I mean,
Okay.
having some kind of solvent, even if it's like WD-40 or something like that, and a rag to clean it, and then take a flat file and file on them. It's really extremely easy to do, and it so improves the output. If you're trimming
Creates the
annuals or shrubs or whatever, it keeps the stems from getting mashed. Also, taking a moment on shears to adjust the bed knife on there so that it's not mashing them. It makes a clean scissor cut. So little things like that really make a difference as far as the end result.
Oh, yeah.
I want to wound things.
Tyler?
Me? Moi?
Yes,
What?
you.
Boo.
The loop hoe
Oh,
or the
yeah.
stirrup hoe. And you need to sharpen that too. Just letting you know. I took it actually to Dickens Turf to let them sharpen it, and the guy was like, "I did my best," because it kind of like loops around a little bit, but it's got double edges on it. It's a great weeder.
Pull.
Yeah, it's really dynamic. You can also like kind of twist it a little bit and get the corner of it and get them really hard to like I get dandelions with it if I'm good enough.
And if you have
You're
a
great
vise
enough.
at home where you can put the handle in the vise with a flat file, it's pretty easy to do on your own, and you can stop and sharpen it all along rather than waiting for it to get in really bad shape. So it takes a lot of the work out of it by doing that. But you need to have a vise, something that will hold it so you can apply enough force to be able
lots
to
of
let
vices.
the file do its work.
Not
You
just
do.
another human.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can't be like,
You
"Hey,
can't
hold
rely-
this a second. I'm
You
on
can't
card."
rely on another human.
All right, let's talk crepe myrtles. Someone says, if we had 2 crepe myrtles die back from bark scale, is it dumb to plant new ones?
No, I don't think it's dumb to plant.
I don't think
And-
so.
And honestly, is it actually dead? I mean, a lot of times, not a lot of times, almost 100% of the time, if crepe myrtle dies up top, it suckers back from the ground, and
Right.
it's not necessarily dead. I mean, if you can't stand it, and you really want to switch it, I don't see any reason why you'd be fine to replant it. Just keep an eye on that bark scale. That's a tricky one to deal with if you've got it.
What do you do if you have it?
Well, you got to spray somewhat harsh stuff. I mean, it's it's not one to get rid of just like with like neem oil or soap or something. Like you kind of need a little bit more stealth than that. So, preventative things and scouting. I mean, always scouting. They're tiny little bugs, but you got to find them before they find you.
And the really important thing is, particularly in crepe myrtle, the scale are probably still in there, and if they're dead all the way down, cut those stems off.
Yes.
And burn them. You don't want to let them survive. You want to make sure you eradicate them completely. And that's really the most environmentally safe way. And just take the time to burn them completely so you don't get the scale transferring off into something else, surviving. And then, if it is still alive, the new shoots will begin to emerge out of the ground, and then you can selectively thin those as they come up. So I think your idea is correct, Austin.
I think so. How about got a shady spot? Which cold hardy ferns would you recommend? I'm growing ostrich fern. That one's great. Mine is spread. It gets huge and I love it. And Japanese painted fern. Those are two of my favorite that I have in one of my shade beds.
Definitely. Two great choices for sure. If you're a native person and you like evergreen ferns or Christmas fern around here.
I've got one of those. Those are great. And they get pretty big too.
They can. Yep. They're a little bit slow, but they live in the woods here. Native leaves. Any fern you see in our woods is probably a Christmas fern. And I think they call it that just because it does stay evergreen. So you see leaves around Christmas. That's my guess. Just made that up.
It's a great guess. I think you're onto something. Are they?
Yeah,
I think they are.
Of,
I'm not 100%. Don't eat them just because I said so.
Yeah,
Check
don't
it
listen
out.
to Josh. Do your research.
Autumn ferns are great, David.
Yeah, because they're
Get
not
those little
quite
tender shoots
evergreen,
in
but they really are very resilient to cold weather. So you get much more stretched season of green growth above the ground.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, come out and talk to Celeste out here in our shade department because she grows, what do we have? 12 different varieties of ferns probably?
We have a lot of ferns.
So, a lot of different textures, and they're all very cold hardy and very shade tolerant. So, it's kind of like take a pick on which one you like.
Yeah.
Because there's
I
some
love
cool
ferns.
textures out there with ferns.
Ostrich fern, though, that might be my favorite.
That thing is big.
It gets so big. It's so pretty. It's so dainty.
That thing will leap, though. That ostrich is leaping around.
Mine is coming up all in my hosta bed. I'll try to get a picture for next week so y'all can see it, but it looks really great. I love it. All right, native grasses for no mow corner of my yard.
No mow corner.
I
I'm
love
going
blue
switchgrass.
stem.
You always go blue stem.
Hey.
We almost brought some blue stem in today, but we didn't. But hey, native blue
Is it
stem.
dry or is it wet or is it? Yeah, tell us a little bit more.
It's kind of like with those two. It's almost like either way, you're kind of fine.
Yeah, those will
know?
grow kind of anywhere.
Yeah, we don't really want them in like a boggy site, I guess. But if it does get a little wet for a minute, that's fine. Like switchgrass, I love the switchgrass, and that's used for erosion control like crazy for wet spots. Dry spots, doesn't really matter. That plant just roots and takes hold. And then, Caroline, your little blue stem and big blue stems, they're great with good, purplish foliage. Those would both be
and
great
the blooms
options.
on the little blue stem just go up in the summer and
hold
into
up the little
fall.
finches.
Why aren't you mowing that
do.
corner though? I want to know.
Maybe
they
they don't
mow
want
it
to.
anymore, man. It's
Okay.
it's a tricky
They
spot.
want to let it go.
There you go.
I love it. I say do it. Make a mix of it. Plant them both.
There you go. Some say there ain't no cure for the summertime blues. But we say Bates Nursery is. Located in Nashville, Tennessee, Bates Nursery and Garden Center is a separate world unto itself. They feature the widest variety of plants, including trees, shrubs, native plants, perennials, houseplants, and specimen evergreens. Their knowledgeable staff will assist you with any gardening needs, catering to any experience level. Open year-round, and Caroline, tell them how to get here.
Bates Nursery is located minutes from downtown Nashville off Briley Parkway, exit 19 in beautiful Whites Creek, Tennessee. You'll see it's worth the drive from anywhere. No time to visit the nursery? Shop online with delivery and pickup options available for the greater Middle Tennessee area at www.batesnursery.com.
So if you want to learn a lot about living and a little about love, visit Bates Nursery and Garden Center, beautifying Nashville since 1932.
So Miriam, good morning, Miriam.
Miriam, hello.
Miriam.
Is asking, will catmint grow in a shallow area? It's only about 8 inches deep. I think so.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
It'll just go laterally. The roots will go wherever they can go, you know?
It grows in the Publix parking lot. It'll grow in it.
I think so, too.
I promise
Yes.
you.
Oh, it grows in those medians between
Yes.
everything where it's hot and crazy. Okay, so back to a few more questions. Should you deadhead knockout roses after that gorgeous first flush of spring flowers?
Absolutely.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Stay with it.
Do more than deadhead.
No.
Shear them.
Yeah.
Yeah, David,
Just
you're right.
cut it.
Yeah, it doesn't really really matter. Just go below the blooms and just cut it all back. You'll get a reflush and then another really pretty rebloom. Yes.
My knockout still looks great. I sent you and Tyler a photo of my Carefree Wonder that now looks terrible. Black spot, all the little holes in the leaves. So
That time of year.
Carefree
it's got
Blunder.
some bugs on it, or buds on it, also bugs. So I'm gonna wait to cut it back. But once it blooms its second round, it's going. Will mountain mint spread in a border planting? If so, how much should I anticipate it spreading? I would say this one doesn't spread as much as, like, say, peppermint and those types of more, you're looking at me, culinary mints. I have a few different types of mountain mint that are staying fairly contained, but they are spreading and they will continue to spread year to year.
I have mine. I have some planted in a border, and it's incredible. It's
I would
staying nice
never
and tucked
plant it
in.
in the ground.
No,
Not
Mountain
me.
mint's different though.
Yeah.
Like mine is staying. It's like it's growing kind of like my switchgrass. Actually, it like grows out each time, and it's very upright and to my shoulder.
Pretty.
Yeah. I mean, it's just completely filled out the border container that I have, and I like that it gets more dense than my spearmint.
Yes.
And as a native, also the mountain mint blooms are incredible and really good for wildlife on a border.
Yeah, I love that plant. I go smell mine all the time. All right, what to do about a majesty palm that is turning brown and dying? First thing to do would be to check for pests. These are notorious for spider mites. If there are any spider mites or mealybugs near, they will find their way to this majesty palm. They seem to really, really love it. So check the underside of the leaves, check in all the crevices. If you find them, you can spray that plant down. What I do with mine, bring it outside, get the hose, get some light pressure with the water and just spray it off. You can treat it, but really just killing those bugs a couple times. Or sometimes I'll just stick mine outside if we're getting a lot of rain, and that seems to just kind of wash them away and take care of it. Now, if you have it inside, they really don't like how dry our houses are in the winter. So if you were overwintering it and it started to turn brown and get crispy, you probably weren't watering it quite enough and it wasn't getting enough humidity. I do find over winter they hate it indoors. So you could stick it out on a covered porch or something, get it into a little bit of sunlight. If you want to get it into full sun, acclimated, it can take that. But humidity and check for pests, I would say that would do it for you.
Just throw it outside.
Throw it on outside. And if you need another one, you know where to find them, because we have a lot right now still in front of checkout that are 40% off.
Can't beat it.
So you can make your way out here. All right. Final question of the morning. Are you ready? It's a great one.
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning. Here we go. Giant mixed container. Thriller, purple fountain grass. Spiller, mixed sweet potato vines. I love that. Mixed sweet potato vines, not just one.
Okay.
Any filler ideas?
For those, well, we talked about it a lot not too long ago,
Begonias.
and that was the 4-pack begonias. They're cheap, y'all. Green leaf pink begonias. It's what I'm growing this year is my filler, and it's been awesome. They just swell out, keep it clean and green and shiny, and then they just keep throwing blooms. And like I said, for like what, $1.99 or something, you get a 4-pack of begonias. Like,
Yeah, you can't beat it. And it
Close to
looks so good. Like we talked about on the podcast, I have it too. Mine aren't blooming right now, but the leaves are so big and green and just glossy and shiny and stunning.
It is. It's been a really good one this year.
I'm a fan of that one. I mean,
too.
you could also go with this.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a thriller. I mean,
That ain't a filler.
You look mad
that
right
thing-
now.
That thing's thrilling me.
It
It's
could
just
be a
spinning.
thriller. You don't have to really do them all.
I need some of those in my life.
Do you? Are you
Yeah.
going to take some home?
I don't know. They're
Did you already take some home?
No.
Are you taking those home?
maybe.
You're eyeing them.
Father's Day's coming up.
There it is.
There you go.
Daddy needs a gift.
That's right. A purple flower.
All right. Well, there's the
on
music.
that
Josh.
note, all right, folks, we are here every Saturday morning. It comes to
Sure.
you right here from Bates Nursery and Garden Center. Come out to the Garden Center, man. You got to see what's new and out here. And Risha and Ed, if you want them to hold that power tee, you need this in your yard.
It's
out there.
powerful.
It is. It's cool. You need to get them.
I think you need both of them.
Oh,
I think there's 2 of them. So, hey, what are we going to do? All right,
Maybe
folks.
you're a Tulane fan. I don't know. A big green tea. I'm just saying.
yeah.
That's not T for Texas. That's T for Tennessee.
Yeah,
All right, folks. Hey, thank you again. Like, share, subscribe. tell the whole world about us. And we'll be right back here from Bates Nursery next Saturday morning.
Thank you for tuning into the Gardening Inside Out podcast. If you're looking for more information or more from your hosts, don't forget that we have a live Saturday morning broadcast, 8 a.m. Central Time on YouTube and Facebook. You can also follow us on our Instagram channel. That's @Gardening Inside Out for more posts, reels, and in-depth dives to topics and things we've discussed on the show. If our content resonates with you, consider giving us a follow, like, and subscription on all of our social media pages. See you next time.